Hi, my name is Lesley Keane and I'm Senior Artist for MAC, and today I'm going to show you our new collection which is launched on March the 14th, and it's based around the movie Cinderella. So to start, I'm going to do some skin, and I'm going to keep it really, really natural and ethereal because Cinderella didn't have many challenges with her skin, did she? I'm going to use a tinted moisturiser, and this is called our Beauty Balm, and it comes in light, medium and dark, so it's quite simple. It's so transparent. I'm going to just put almost like a large pea-sized amount. And I'm going to totally use my fingers here because it's also quite similar to a moisturiser. I'm going to blend it in and just press it on the skin and really massage it almost like you're applying a moisturising product. Do a slight patting as well. So the result you get is almost like a translucency through the skin. You're perfecting what needs to be perfected, and then you're leaving the really nice surfaces that you're allowing to actually be exposed. So you're getting a very nice natural finish. Right, next I'm going to perfect further, and I'm going to use a concealer on the skin. I'm using a flat concealer, and with a small brush, I'm just going to focus on the areas that need attention. People do make the mistake that you need to really use a heavy coverage foundation if you have any skin challenges. You don't. You just need to focus on the area where you need to cover, and that's it. Don't forget in around the nose also. So by doing that, you're just getting a nice even coverage, but you're not masking the whole area. Right, next I'm going to apply just a translucent powder because I don't want to alter the skin tone at all. Just down the center of the face, just very lightly. And just really apply some in the areas that you've used the concealer. So if you're thinking about Cinderella, she is a single girl and she's looking for a mate, a prince preferably. So I think you just really need to up your game and just use all of those man-trap tricks that makeup provides. And one of these is our beautiful Cinderella skin highlighting product. And it's a rosy pink, but also has like a gold speckled overlay. So just using a brush, like so. Smile for me there. I'm going to just buff that really lightly over the skin, and it's going to give that almost slightly ethereal reflective feel. I'm also going to apply this a little bit in the temple, and this is really bang on trend of what we're seeing at the moment, which is this almost slightly spa treated skin. You're getting those gorgeous bounces of lights all the way through. What's nice about this, you don't have to be too fussy, because if you're using a big brush like this, it will just bounce the areas and just emphasize the areas that are higher, and you just get the perfect application. Now, what every party girl needs is a good collection of staple browns for a night out. So we've created this perfect palette of colours that Cinderella would have been proud of, that can bring you really from day to night with, you know, a good selections of areas to smoke up or define. So I love this collection. I haven't stopped using it. I'm going to literally start across the lid area, and you've got these two opposite tones. I love this pinky tone here. This is really bang on what we're seeing. I'm going to just literally buff that over the lid area and bringing it slightly over the socket line. And then with my pencil brush, which is a smaller one, I'm going to literally bring the same colour underneath the eye. If you've noticed, I haven't concealed the skin underneath the eye. I'm going to leave that till later on. So this is really what we're calling the new smoky eye. It's just wrapping one colour all the way round. I'm going to go back to my palette and choose a mixture of these two shades together. And I'm going to use a flat brush and just really highlight the brow bone. Now, highlighter is something that we haven't seen, but it's making a slight comeback, and I think the secret is to keep it very, very translucent. We don't need any sort of disco highlighter, just something really pretty and soft. When you're highlighting, you're also going to do a little bit just in the center here. And then even a little bit down the center of the lid. Close to me, just almost like you're emphasizing the natural sheen, just on the center, like so. Right, I'm going to add a little bit of drama. And this tone here on the left bottom, just look up for me, I'm going to just define the outer part of the lid. So you can really see at any stage you can wear this. I mean, the first look I did is something that can be really worn on daytime. And this is really if you were adding to go out at night. Just darkening the outside of the lid there. Like so. Now I'm going to use the last colour, which is almost like a dark red. I'm going to press this along the lash line. Closely. Don't have to be too fussy about this, because what I want is almost like a worn in line. It's almost like you've applied your liner and removed it. So it's not too graphic or too contrived. It's just going to give a slight bit of smoke along the lash line. And there we have it. Right, next what I'm going to do is just clean up around the eye. Just very simply, just getting your Q-tip and just removing and cleaning the area underneath, leaving that nice sort of a smoky area. And I'm going to apply some concealer. Right, so I'm going to use my favourite duo concealer, where I'm actually working with a pink and a yellow tone, which is known as a warm or cool tone. And I'm going to just bring this all the way around the eye so the eyeshadow really, really pops. So start from the inside, and those cool tones kind of really knock out any sort of purple, blue or lavender around the eye, making sure you get right onto the inside. So obviously you can see by itself it's a little bit too cool, but then when you go over with the peachy tone, that will create a really, really neutral base, which is nice and perfect. And you can really see the difference that concealer makes to the final eyeshadow. For me, that's probably just as important as eyeshadow. I always say I never conceal right up to the lash line, because if you look, Sarah's got that lovely sort of a pink tone just underneath her lashes, which is really beautiful. It almost looks like you've applied some eyeshadow there. Now, to add to this evening time look, I'm going to go for the ultimate date night mascara. And this mascara is called Hot and Naughty. I'm going to start by using the wand on its side and kind of clumping all those lashes together and using the tip to really get a good application. and then I'm going to brush through. Like so. Same underneath. So as you can see, it's really quick and easy, and you're getting those perfect trend lashes, what we're seeing at the moment, those sort of really defined bad girl lash. Right, next we're going to go to lips, and I feel the perfect sort of tone to really accompany those gorgeous eyes is something that's very light. So I have two gorgeous tones here. Now there are some more available, but this one's called Polar, which is that lovely sort of angelic peachy pink. And I'm going to top it with the lip gloss, which is called Remember. And I'm just going to lightly buff this over the lips. You can see that you get that gorgeous sort of reflective pout. It's very, very natural. I always like to use a bigger brush when I'm applying lipstick because you just get a much more smoother, even finish, and it's less time consuming. Now you don't have to use the gloss over it because it's an extra choice, but I think going to date night, the gloss just gives it an extra something. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I'm going to just dab some on my hand and add some to the highlights of the face. And there we have the Cinderella look that any party girl would be proud of.